everybody, it's Jen with Caketastic Cakes, and I'm going to show you how I made this apple pie. It is the season, it's fall, it's apple time, so let's do it. And if you see me use any tools or supplies you can use, check the link in the description below, it'll help you out. Now, all great pies need to start with a crust. I'm going to add 1.5 cups of flour into a bowl. I'm going to add a half a teaspoon of salt and half a cup of Crisco. You can use butter, use your own recipe for your pie crust. This is just the one I use. It's very simple and basic, and it makes crust. Are you going to win an award for this crust? No. But will it hold your pie together? And it's easy enough to make? Yes. So, do whatever. Get yourself a crust and make it. With my ingredients, I'm going to use a fork and eventually my hand and just kind of crumble everything together until I make some nice crumbs out of it. And then once you have some nice crumbs that you're happy with, I'm going to add a couple of tablespoons of icy cold water to it until I get the consistency that I'm looking for of a really good crust. By the end of it, I think I added 4 or 5 tablespoons of icy cold water. So just go until you're happy with what you've got. I'm trying to just get everything to stick together into a wad. I'm not really trying, you don't want to knead it, you don't want to handle it, as little as possible. So once you get it to a consistency where you're happy with it, sprinkle out some flour on your counter, sprinkle some on top so it doesn't stick to your rolling pin, and roll it out. You might have to move it or flip it around a little, which you can do. Just keep sprinkling more flour if you need it until you have it as an even thickness where it will cover your entire plate and even go over the edge a little bit. I am using my cake tier lifter in order to get it off the counter and put it into my pie plate. Perhaps if you have a better pie crust recipe, you won't have to do this. This is just what I do to make my life a little easier and not tear it. Because you can see that the edges are a little scraggly anyway, which, it's fine. It's pie crust. It'll still be fine. I'm going to cut off, you don't have to do this part, this is just what I'm doing, but I'm cutting off the parts that stick out really far, just because they're gonna come off anyway, so I have kind of an even thickness around that's sticking out. And I am folding under, or yeah, folding under the edges just to try to make an even lip around the edge of the pie plate. So there it is. Once again, pie crusts are not my specialty. I am not winning awards. However, it tastes fine and it holds the pie together. So do whatever. I used a fork to try to decorate it up a little bit, but whatever. Okay, as far as the apples go, I prefer to use Macintosh. That's just what I use. They are a balance to me between sweet and tart, and I love them. It's what I use. Use whatever apples you want. Most people will go more with a tart one like Macintosh, Granny Smith's, that kind of thing, because you are going to add sugar to it. But you do you, boo. Whatever apples you enjoy baked, go ahead and put them in your pie. You could even do a blend if you want. When I cut up my apples, though, I do like to cut them into smaller pieces. I cut up 7 of them, and when they're all chopped up, you're ready to dump them into your pie crust. So, okay, there's our pie crust. I'm getting the flour off the bottom, so when I put it in the oven, it's not going to burn or stick or anything. And you just dump your apples in. And make sure you have enough to get a good heap out of it because it will bake down and settle. So make sure, you have a good amount of apples. If you need to chop up more, chop up more. Now we're going to put some sugar and cinnamon together to pour over the apples. With this apple pie does not use any ingredients to thicken it, so no corn syrup or anything like that. But this is a half a cup of sugar with 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and you stir it up and you mix it together just like when you were a little kid and you didn't feel good. Your mom would make you cinnamon sugar toast, just like that. And then you sprinkle and pour it all over your pie. Try to do it evenly. I don't know what would happen if you didn't because I've always tried to do it evenly. But I'm going to say probably not a whole lot of anything. Maybe you just have a really sweet spot in your pie. So use as much of it as you want. If you want to use it all like I do, why not? It's sugar and cinnamon. It's not going to taste bad. But if you feel like it's too much, just cut back on it. No problem. Now we're going to make the crumb toppings. We're going to have a third a cup of butter there. That is room temperature softened. Half a cup of sugar and 3/4 of a cup of flour. This part is delicious and the best, and I recommend you don't skip it. This pie, in case you didn't know already, is a crumb top, not a crust top. If you decided to make it with the crust top, go right ahead, omit this part, just double your pie crust amounts at the beginning, divide them in half, and then you'd be rolling out your other piece of pie crust right now and laying it on top. Since we're doing the crumb topping, you just fork and crumb until your butter and sugar and flour is all mixed together. Once it's mixed together, then you can always taste it to make sure it's not poison. And then you're going to pour it over the top of your pie evenly. I like to start from the outer edge and then go toward the center and kind of, as you see, hold my hand there so it doesn't spill on the counter. And also pat it down because the butter will make it a little bit sticky. Kind of patting it in place helps keeps the crumbs from escaping when you're moving the pie around or baking or whatever. So that's just why I do it. And now once you're done patting your pie, bake it at 400 degrees for about 40 minutes and it comes out golden, lovely, delicious. It's going to be kind of messy when you cut into it because we didn't add thickeners, but the next day the pectin kicks in and it's beautiful. So I hope you found this video helpful. Please like and subscribe because it helps me out as well. I've got a ton of other videos out there, so take a look. Cakes, decorating cakes, making decorations, as well as many other common recipes around the kitchen, so please take a look. And as always, thanks for watching Caketastic Cakes.